Hello, welcome to another lesson in our data analysis training series. In this lesson, I'll show you how to do conditional formatting. Conditional formatting is a feature in Excel that allows you to format cells based on a preset condition. If you come to your, if you open your Excel and you come here, you will see conditional formatting. And this conditional formatting also helps you to identify the required cell faster. It helps you to highlight few significant cells. It's easy to perform conditional formatting, as I'll be showing you in this lesson. So if you come to conditional formatting here, you'll see several options through which you can format your data. See highlight cells, and conditional formatting works with various rules. Here is the first rule: greater than, less than, between, equal to. So you can format your data based on these rules. And then we have the top to bottom rules: top 10, top 10%, bottom 10, and the likes. Also data bars, color sets, color scales, and the icon set. So these are some of the rules um, we use to format our data in Excel. So let me show you some example of how to use conditional formatting. So I have my data here, which is sales of persons from January to June. And the first thing we want to do is to find the sales of persons who have generated revenue greater than 12,000. So we can use conditional formatting to achieve this. So how do we do that? Firstly, let me highlight the whole data and then come to conditional formatting here. Then highlight cell rules. Then greater than, because we are finding the salesperson who have generated revenue greater than $12,000. So I come to conditional formatting, highlight sales rule, greater than. Now it says format cells that are greater than. What we are doing is we are formatting cells that are greater than $12,000. So change this to $12,000. So $12,000. Okay, so $12,000. And then it says width. We cannot change the color of the color. We can say light red with few dark text. I prefer to go with let me go with yellow fill with dark yellow text. So you can just pick any of the options and then you click OK. So these are the salespersons. These are the places where we have sales greater than $12,000. So where you see this yellow color, you will notice that they are all greater than $12,000. So we use conditional formatting to achieve this purpose. Another thing we can also do is to use 3-color scale to format our cells. So to do that, I already do this, but let me show you how I did this. Now once you highlight everything here, come to conditional formatting. Now if you come to conditional formatting, you will see color scales here, and these are the color scales that we have. Now you can click on more rules to see more options. So you see new formatting rule. Here you see format all cells based on their values, format only cells that contain, format only top. Now here, just the first one, format all cells based on their values. Here we have the format style. We have 2-color scale. If you click on this double arrow, we have 3-color scale and the like. So if you click on 3-color scale, Then you specify, we have the lowest value, the midpoint, which is the middle value, and then the highest value. For the lowest value, you can select, for the minimum value, you can select whatever field you have, the lowest value. Then the midpoint, can select either the percentile, the number, or so let's keep it at percentile, and then 50 percentile. Then the highest value too. Then you can also change the color of the lowest value. Here, let me change it to a deep red. And then for the midpoint, you can also change the color. Let's change to this. And then for the maximum value, you can also change the color. So this is what the 3-color scale does. So once that is set, you can click OK. Now you would see where you see deep red, that is their minimum values. Where you see a lighter yellow, they are average values, and a deeper green, they are the maximum values. So these are maximum values here. So that is how the color scale work. You notice that April, most of the values in April are small, they are minimum values. So the sales in April are low. So we use conditional formatting to achieve that. Another thing we can also do with conditional formatting is we can also use it to determine the average, and values, the average value and values greater than the average value. Now here we have revenue. We want to find the revenue, and we look at values, revenue that are greater than the average revenue, and revenue that are greater than the, lesser or lower than the average revenue. So to do that, let me highlight everything here. I come to conditional formatting here, and here I click on new rules. Now when you click on new rules, this comes up. Now you see format all cells based on their values. This the rule type. So you select a rule type, and you come here, the fourth one, you see format only values that are above or below average. So once you click that, the rule description comes up. So format values that are above or below, click on above. Then we click on this format to set the color. So once you click on format and then click on fill, then you set the color. Those are above. I would like to use a deep green, okay, to give me values that are above. And then when that is done, I click OK. So these are values above. Now to do for values below average, I'll click on conditional formatting again, new rules again, click on the select a rule type, and then click on these format only values that are above or below average. Now here I will now come and click on below, so below the average of selected range, and then I'll click on format to give the color, and this time around I will go with an orange color. Then click OK, and then click OK. So these green values are values that are above average, while the yellow values are values that are below average. So from here, mere looking at our data, we can easily point out to values that are above average, and we can easily point out to values that are below average. So that's one of the things we can do with conditional formatting. And that we can also do is we can also use it to find the top 10 and the bottom 10 revenue. That is, we can use it to separate our data, just from this large amount of data. We can select the top 10, and we can also select the below the bottom 10. So to do that, let me highlight everything here, come to conditional formatting, click on new rules. Now once I click on new rules, you will see under this select a rule type, you will see the third one, format only top or bottom rank values. So click on that. Once you click on that, then the rule description comes up. So top 10, If you click on this, you can select top, you can select bottom, but I'll go with top. So the top 10, then, so that's what we are doing. We are finding the top 10. So we just leave this at 10, then click on format here. Format of the top 10, I would like to go with deep green. I like green. Click OK, and then click OK. So these are the top 10 values. Then for the bottom 10, click on formatting, new rules, then come to format only top or bottom ranked values, and then here I'll click on bottom. Then the format here, I would like to go with a deep red, and then click OK. Okay, so these are the top 10 revenues, and these are the bottom 10 revenues that we have. So you can see the beauty of conditional formatting. We can use those colors to at least know what is going on in our data sets. And that we can also do with conditional formatting is that we can add data bars that will show us the magnitude of each value on each column. Now I've done this for January, and we'll notice that for January this is the highest value, and this followed by this. So the data bar we can easily see from the data bar which value or which cell has the highest value, and then followed by the next one, and then we are the lowest value. So the data bar can help us to achieve that. So I've done for January. Let me do for June. So to do that, just highlight the whole value for June, come to conditional formatting, then come to data bars here. So once you see data bar, you can just pick any of the bar. This gradient fill, you can use this, and you can also decide to, you can use the solid fill too, and you can also decide to go for more rules. So you can decide to select the color gradient fill. You can select the color that you prefer. Go for red, and then you can decide to the border. If you want a border, if you want it to have a border, and if you don't want it, no border, I prefer no border, then you click OK. So see, these are data bar. So from here we can easily see the value with the highest magnitude, which is this, followed by I think this and this. So that is what conditional formatting does. From this we can easily see what is going on in our data set. Also, finally, we can also use what we call the icon set in our conditional formatting to see the direction of our data set. So I've done this. Let me show you how I did it. Just highlight everything, click conditional formatting, then come to icon set. Okay, so we have the directional. You can pick any of them, any of the icon set. Okay, so we have the directional. This directional means is increasing, is going up. This means is at the middle, that is average value, around the average value, while this means is below the average value. Okay, so you can use any of them. You can use any of the icon sets just to see what is going on in your data set. So where you see the green icon shows is a value greater than the average, while this is a value shows a value around the average value, while this shows value that are below the average value. So you can pick any of them. If it is this, also same thing, so go with this. So that is what the icon set does. You notice that this value is below average, this value is above average, this value is around average, and this value is closer to the average. So that is what the icon set does. This value is slightly above average, this value is slightly below average. So we have come to the end of the class. Conditional formatting is a very powerful feature that you can use for your data analysis. Thank you.